Hello, business owners. Marvel and Brown here from Making It Remotely. And today we're going to talk about print on demand. And we're going to specifically talk about how to make sure that each and every product that you sell in your shop, in your print on demand shop, is profitable. Because guess what? We're all in business to make money. And the last thing you want to do is, make a sale, because that's really exciting when you sell something, right? But it can take all the wind out of your enthusiasm when you find out that you haven't charged enough for your products. So what ends up happening is if you don't charge enough for your products and there's a certain base cost that goes into making that product before your print on demand partner like Printify or Printful or Lulu or any of the other companies that are out there, before they will ship that product to your customer, you're going to have to pay some money to cover the fulfillment cost. So we're going to talk about all that today, and we're going to show you some tips that you can use so that you can make sure that those costs are covered. And I'm going to show you using my Printify account. So I'm going to take you over and show you some of the best-selling products on Printify. And for all of you who are maybe new to print on demand, I'll just give you a quick 2-second view of what print on demand means. So print on demand is a business model that you can set up for free. And it's one of those business models that will enable you to set it up for free and start earning money passively. So what that means is if you have an integration, so let's say that you are partnering with a company like Printify, or you can also use some of the other companies that are out there, but we're going to use Printify for this example. So Printify is your print partner, and what that means is they provide you with blank products. They maintain those products in their warehouse, so they have all the inventory. That means that you don't have to maintain inventory. They have the products, they have the printing equipment, they have all the latest, print methods. And so you can get a print method like sublimation, direct to garment, embroidery. All those different printing methods can be used to put designs on the blank products. So your print partner is going to give you the products. They're going to give you the printing equipment. They're going to put your designs on these products. And they're also going to ship these products out to your customers. So they're going to handle all of that, right? And then you, on the other hand, as the business owner, you're going to decide which products you're going to sell. And then you're also going to decide on a niche or on a target audience that you are going to sell these products to. So you want to make sure that you have designs that will appeal to your target audience. So you provide the images or the imprint, and then the print partner provides the blank product, and those two things put together will provide the product that you will sell in your shop to your customers. So these are going to be your customers. These are going to be people who are buying from you as the business owner. And that means that you will be able to, build a relationship with the audience of people who are buying your products. Now, you can also sell products on other people's platforms. So for example, a lot of people sell their print on demand products on platforms like Etsy and eBay and some of the other marketplaces that are out there. You can certainly do that as well, but then you kind of have to adhere to whatever rules that marketplace has. So from that perspective, you may not get to directly market to your customers, but you can certainly sell products and make money using other people's platforms as well. So that is pretty much how print on demand works. And you can really set up your shop so that each product that you sell is going to make you money. And that is the name of the game. So I'm going to actually take you behind the scenes and show you how to set up your products in Printify, and these same concepts are going to apply whether you're on Printify or you're on Printful or Lulu or any of the other print-on-demand companies. You really want to do your homework. You want to do keyword research. You want to know what's selling, what people are looking for, the trends. You also want to appeal to your specific niche. And you also want to think about quality as well. So a lot of things to think about, but we're going to take you through this really quick exercise and show you some of the products and some of the things that you want to look out for. So when you are on Printify's website, they have over 800 products that you can choose from, and you can put your designs on these products, right? And so when you hover over these products, it's going to show you exactly where your designs are going to go. And so it's not going to be hard for you to figure out. And the other great thing about Printify, Printful, and some of the other companies that are out there, they make it really easy for you to take your designs, upload them to their system, and get them placed on the products. So nothing hard about any of this. You don't have to be a tech guru. You don't have to. All you need to really be able to do is download and upload files. And even if you're not a graphic designer, let's say that you hate making, imprints or designs or things like that, you can just use text. You can buy imprint or designs from other companies. You don't have to necessarily design your products yourself. So it's really just a matter of, what you want to do. And that's the great thing about having your own business. So with these products, you just take your design, you put them on the product, and you set the pricing. And that's what we're going to talk about today. The way that you are going to set up your pricing and the things that you need to consider so that you're not having to pay money out when someone buys a product from you. So let's go so now that you've kind of seen these products, you have an idea of some of the products that you can sell. But just keep in mind that Printful has over 800 products that you can sell. So I'm going to click on this and see, look at all these different categories. So we have spring essentials, bestsellers, new arrivals. They have products that are eco-friendly. I don't know what AOP stands for, but they have that kind of clothing. Stuff made in the USA. Things that go on like neck labels if you want to have your own product brand. Things that are TikTok ready. Printify Choice, I believe that is their membership program, but not 100% sure. They have men's clothing, women's clothing, kids clothing, accessories, home and living. So lots of different things for you to choose from. So I'm going to go over to my products, and we're going to look at some of the products that I have in my shop. So we're just going to choose this first one because this is where you are going to be looking for ways that you can make sure that you are incorporating all the right costs into your product. So let's take a look at one of the products that I have in my shop. And this is how their design studio looks. So the thing that I want to draw your attention to is this little panel right here. So when you look at this panel and you click on this little drop down, it's going to give you all the information you need to figure out how much it's going to cost to fulfill this particular product. Now, none of this is going to include, though, some of the extra administrative costs, shipping costs, taxes, and stuff like that. But this is going to give you a lot of great information. And I probably need to go back. Actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to just we're going to go to my favorites. And this is where you can kind of select your favorites. I'm going to select this shirt because there's something I want you to look at. Now, if you have a Printify account, I would recommend that you go into your Printify account and maybe follow along. But when you look at this product, this is a different way of looking at this product, but it's going to give you the base price, which is $10.16. It's also going to show you the shipping cost. So you want to factor in the shipping cost. Now this is just an estimate, but you want the base price, which is $10.16, and then you also want to factor in the shipping cost. So that's going to be $3.99. That's going to be starting at $3.99. You also want to look at the colors of the products that are offered. So they give you 43 different products that you can choose from, and this is with Printify Choice. Now, Printify Choice just means that they select the print provider based on volume and product availability. I don't really care for using that because I want to be able to use the print company that works best for my particular needs, and I'm not going to necessarily let them choose that for me. However, you can definitely choose this if you would like. Now, the other thing that you want to look at is the production time. So with Printify Choice, they're going to get your item ready to ship out the door in 1.4 days. Now, this is kind of an average, but you want to keep that in mind. The print areas are going to be the front side and the back side. So if you want to print, for example, on the sleeve, or you want to print in, maybe you want to have an imprint in the neckline or the neck label, then you may not want to use Printify Choice as well. But what you can do is you can click right here on this little button and it'll say show additional providers. So then based on where you are in the world, and that's another reason to kind of select your own print provider, because based on where you are in the world, you might want to choose a print provider that is close to where you are located. So for me, I always choose a company called Monster Digital. And this company is located in the United States. So their pricing starts at $10.93. So let's just write that down as well, because that is really going to be, if we choose Monster Digital, and let's say we just kind of use them for most of our printing for t-shirt items. So we're going to write down the price of $10.93. And then again, the shipping is going to start from $3.99. Your production time is the same at 1.4 days. So that's the average production time in business days within the last 30 days. Now, production times may vary from case to case, and it also depends on the time of year. So during the holidays, this production time may go up because there's more volume. The other thing that you want to look at are the print areas. So here we go with front side, back side, and neck label area. They don't have, Monster Digital does not do printing on the sleeve. So if you want printing on the sleeve, let's see. Okay, now here's a company called Swift POD. They print on the front side, back side, and the sleeve, as well as the neck area. So this might be a company that you might want to consider if you want something printed on the sleeve. The other thing is they have a lot more colors to choose from. So they have 121 different colors to choose from, and they have 9 sizes. So that's up to, they go from extra small to 5XL. So if you have an audience of people that, needs either a very small size, which is extra small, or a larger size, which goes all the way up to 5XL, you might want to consider Swift POD. So these are 2 companies that are located in the United States, and you can kind of compare those and see which one will work best for you. Now with Swift POD, their base price is $10.91. With Monster Digital, they only give you 43 different colors. However, if you have a custom order, maybe someone needs a specific order, or a specific color rather, for their product, you can kind of look around and see Does Swift POD have that color, or does Monster Digital have that color? And, more than likely out of 121 colors, you should be able to find a color that will work for your customer. So that kind of gives you some additional options. Here's another company called Jams Designs. Now, their products start at $14.17, and they only offer 11 different colors in this particular shirt. Here's another one for that's called Awkward Styles. Their pricing is a little on the high side as well as Marco Fine Arts. They start at $11.03, and they have 65 different products. So you can look at, if you're located in the United States, you can kind of check out all these different print providers and see which one works best for you, or you can go with the Printify choice. So once you have your print provider selected, then you want to make sure that you mark down their base price and their shipping. So now that we've done that, and then the other thing, one more thing for you to kind of keep in mind, when you're looking at shipping, this is going to tell you the basic prices for the shipping. So if you're in the United States and you're shipping within the United States, you can look at these different prices and you can offer the different price tiers based on when your customer needs the product. So for express shipping, you can get the item within 2 to 3 business days, but you're going to pay $7.99 versus $3.99 if you're willing to wait, or if the customer is willing to wait 4 to 8 business days. So you can look at economy, standard, and express shipping. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can also look at the types of technology and inks, the quality control process, the packaging control. You can read about that and maybe provide that information to your customers. Branding. If you want to brand your products, you can use neck labels. You can have package inserts, and then gift messages. There are some additional costs associated with that as well. So those are some of the things that you can look at, and it's also going to show you all the different colors that they offer and things like that. Okay, and then here are the sizes right here. Okay, so now that we kind of have that information on the print provider, then we're ready to start designing. And that is where we're going to go into our products, because I've already designed this product. I've already got one ready. So this is where we kind of get back to this page. And to edit this, all we're going to do is just go into our little paintbrush, and we're going to look at the details right here. So the last thing that I'm going to show you here is that you also want to take a look at some of the different options that you have for printing. So this is going to give you a breakdown of the blank product pricing right here, and it's going to tell you what's included in that. So let's think about the price and how it may vary for things like color and size. So for example, when you have a white shirt is going to cost less than a shirt that has color. The other thing that's going to vary is the pricing for what we consider to be a standard size shirt, and that is size small through extra large. And then we also have the plus size shirts. So when you have a plus size shirt, it's going to cost more than a standard size shirt. So you also want to keep that into, you want to factor that in as well. So then your print location, we have a print on the front side. They're charging $5.71 to charge on the front side of the shirt. Now we have additional options for printing. For example, and this is something that you also want to keep in mind when you're creating products. You want to keep in mind the quality of the shirt, because a lot of times people will buy a shirt for a special occasion. They may only wear that shirt for that particular occasion. However, a lot of people will wear their shirts again and again. And so if you're creating a shirt that is more like a souvenir shirt, then you might want to think about, offering some options when it comes to the print. For example, this shirt is it's basically our road trip 2024 shirt. So you might want to consider creating shirts that will enable you to have an imprint that tells where the person went. So someone is going to take a road trip and they're going on, vacation to a special place. And in this case, we said Yellowstone National Park. But we allow for this particular product, we allow our customer to tell us where they're going. And then we will customize the location based on where they're going. Now, the only time we're going to change this main title is when the year 2025 kicks in. So once 2025 kicks in, then we're going to change this to Road Trip 2025. So that makes it so that we already have our design made. All we have to do is go in, we've made a copy of this, and we just go in and modify the design. We put in wherever the customer is going. So let's say the customer is taking a road trip to Key West, or they're taking a road trip to the Grand Canyon, or they're taking a road trip to the Statue of Liberty. I don't know, but wherever the person is going, if they're going to like a major landmark or they're going to a specific city, then we allow them to customize their shirt and we go in and make those changes. So that's one thing that we allow our customers to do. Now, we can also do things like printing on the back side. So let's say that maybe we have a couple and because we're showing a couple here on the front, but there may be more people that want to go on this road trip. So on the back side of the shirt, we may allow them to customize the back of the shirt with, the names of the people that attend this road trip. So I'm going to use the same font that I used on the front of the shirt, and I'm going to just type in, we'll just say Christine is going on this road trip, and we're going to put her name on here, and we're going to just slide that up to the very top of the page. We're going to center it, and we're going to make it white. So now we've got the name of Christine, and we might want to make this smaller, and then maybe we copy it, and we're going to put, let's see, we're going to use the name, we'll just say that Christine and Jonathan are on this trip. So Jonathan, Jonathan. Okay, so now we've got Christine and Jonathan, and we're going to take these two names and we're gonna put them together. Okay, so now we've got them joined together. Now we're going to center them and we're going to stick them right here at the top of the page. So Christine and Jonathan went on a road trip during 2024. They went to, whatever the location is on the front. I think it's Yellowstone National Park. So now this shirt is telling a story, right? And maybe they also want to put an imprint in their neck label. So we're going to go to the library and we're going to choose the imprint, and we're going to stick this right in the neck of the shirt. So that kind of gives it an additional custom feel, right? But we don't want to make this too big because we don't want it to overlap with the size of the shirt. Okay, so now we have their little imprint in the neck. We've got our front side imprint and our back side imprint, right? So now let's go back to our panel and see how this has affected the price. So now, instead of just having that front side print, we have the front print, the back print, and the neck print. So what we can do so that we can cover all these costs, and I don't want you to look at this as making the shirt more expensive. I want you to look at it in terms of you're basically adding value to this shirt for your ideal customer, because you are adding these custom elements, right? So you're adding the location that they're going to on their trip. And Monster Digital is going to charge you $5.71 to put that imprint on the front of the shirt. But since it's custom, we're going to charge a little bit more for that. Now, the reason we're going to charge is because you've got to go in and do some extra work to get that new location put in on the front of the shirt. So instead of charging them $5.71 for that extra imprint, we're going to charge them an additional $2 to make that custom imprint for them. Now, to put the names on the back, we're also going to charge them an additional $2. So instead of paying $5.71, we're going to charge them $7.71. So this is really helping us when we look at the cost of our product. We're paying $10.93 for the blank. I'm sorry, we're paying $10.93 for the production cost, and that includes the price of the blank product. We're also looking at the print on the front side, which we're going to charge $7.71, and the print on the back side, $7.71. And then for the neck label, because we want them to have this cute little imprint on the neck label, we're going to charge them, instead of charging 71 cents, we're going to charge them $1.71. So then what that's going to do is it's going to help to offset some of those administrative costs and some of the shipping costs that we are going to have to pay to get this product printed, because this is going to be, depending on the color, depending on the size, this is going to be the cost for this product to ship out the door. Now, let's go over to, we're going to go over to our slide, and we're going to look at all those additional costs that I want you to keep in mind. And I also want you to just kind of, if you're logged into your Printify account, then I want you to just kind of keep this screen or keep one of your products pulled up, and I want you to just kind of play around with these numbers and think about some of the value added services that you can add to your shirts. And you really want to make it as easy as possible to add these values or this value to the shirt, but you want to make the shirt as custom as possible. And in making this shirt custom, that is going to make it more valuable to your ideal customers. So if they can go in and put, additional information in there to make this more of a souvenir shirt, then that is going to help you to add that value, and you can charge for that. So instead of just making a shirt that said Road Trip 2024, we put some extra stuff in here, and we need to get paid for that. So now we're going to head over to Canva. I'm going to pause for one moment while I head over to Canva, and then we're going to look at some of the additional charges. Okay, so now we're in the slides, and we're going to actually take a look at some of the charges that you can add to the cost of your products. And these are things that, if you add some additional things to your product and you charge for those things, that's going to help to offset some of the costs that we have here at the bottom. So these are the things at the top. So we have our blank product price. And we said that for Monster Digital, they're going to charge us $10.93 for our blank product. That's going to be our production costs. And the production costs, and actually, you know what? That's not right. So this is the blank product, and I think that was, and let me just head back over. Let's see if I can. I'm going to pause one more time, and I'm going to go back over to our product and take a look at that. Just one second. Okay, so we're back on our product page, and I did not write down our cost for our blank product, so I apologize for that. So the blank product is going to range between $5.21 and $9.86. Okay, so that's the cost of our blank product. And then our imprint we said was going to be, instead of it being $5.71, it's going to be $7.71, because we're going to actually add our cost into the price of the product for adding these imprints and actually doing this custom work, right? Okay, so one more moment. I'm going to go back to our slide. Okay, so now we're back, and so the blank product is going to be, there's a range based on the size and the color, and it's going to start at $5.21 to $9.86 for our blank product. And then for the front side cost, we said $7.71. For the back cost, we said $7.71. And then the neck label cost is going to be $1.71. Now, this is what some of these additional costs, let's just think about this. We've added $5 to the cost of the shirt. Now, that is really not that much money when you think about what we're doing. We're adding in our customization, right? So that $5 is going to help to offset some of these costs that are listed here. So things like sales tax. Now, your ideal customer, when they make their purchase, they're going to pay sales tax separate from the cost of the shirt. But we want to make sure that we are going to cover everything that needs to be covered that has to do with getting this product printed and shipped out the door. So that means our shipping costs, and we said that our shipping cost is starting at $3.99. We also have administrative costs. So if, for example, you're on a platform like Etsy, Etsy will enable you to set up your shop for free. You can set up an Etsy store for free, and you can also use our code. When you use our code, you can get 40 free listings. So that way you can start selling 40 products, and you can get started with those 40 products in your free shop. You can get them listed for free, and then you will not have to pay anything until you actually make a sale. So if you set things up so that all of these costs are factored in, that means that you are going to make a profit each time someone buys a product, and there will be no payment that you would have to make to Printify to cover the costs, because you're going to cover those costs by factoring them all in to the price of your product. So that $5 that we are adding into the print cost is going to help to offset sales tax, shipping, and administrative costs like the fees that you might pay to Etsy when you sell a product. There are also going to be things like credit card fees, and most of the time with our credit card fees, those are percentages. You can go to for example, if you're using Stripe, you can go to the Stripe website, and you can go to their details and find out how much they're charging you, what the percentage is that they are charging you each time you make a sale when they process a credit card payment. If you're using PayPal, you can find out what their charges are, if they're going to be processing your credit cards, or if they're going to allow you to pay using the PayPal app. And then there might be some other costs that go into getting your product printed and shipped out the door and delivered to your customer. So those are all the things that you need to consider. Now, some of the ways that you can offset that, again, we kind of covered some of those when we were on the Printful website, but you want to make sure that you add a price, and you can come up with that price to each print location. So even though the print company is going to charge you a certain fee, you can add to that fee and factor it into your price, just like we did. You can also include the shipping costs in your price. So instead of adding, an additional price to each print location, you can just add that, $3.99 to $7.99 to the cost of your product. And that way, if you add $7.99 to the cost of the product, that's going to cover, no matter if they want express shipping or they want standard shipping or they want just regular shipping. So you can do that. You can also make sure that you include the percentages for your credit card fees or for any other fees that you might have to pay. A lot of times you're charged based on a percentage. And you can take those percentages and add them into the cost of your product. So that way you are aware of everything that goes into your product. You're aware of how much it costs. And then you can, use these strategies so that you are not going to have to pay money out when you sell a product. There's nothing worse than making a sale and then having to actually pay money. You want to make money. You want money coming in. You don't want to have to be forking out money each time someone buys one of your products. So I hope that this has been helpful, and I hope that this helps when you are actually setting up your shop. I'm going to pause this one more time, and we're going to go back to Printful. Okay, so now we're back on the Printify website. There are a couple of additional things I want to show you really quickly, and that is when you're looking at these little calculators that they have, Printify and Printful both have calculators that you can use to supposedly calculate your earnings. But I want you to just kind of take a look at the fulfillment cost. And this is just an example, but there's a fulfillment cost listed here. Now, when you use this slider, no matter how much you sell this shirt for, that fulfillment cost does not change. No matter how many shirts you sell, and in the run of a day, that fulfillment cost does not change. So the thing that I want you to take away from this is the fulfillment cost is not a realistic cost. So when you look at the production cost right here, and again, this is based on Monster Digital, but you have a range between $10.93 and $22. And that's if you have all of your print locations that you're going to be utilizing. When you look at this, it gives you a fulfillment cost of $8.26. But there is nothing that really tells you how much you're going to be paying for all these additional factors or all these additional costs that go into your product. So shipping, it says right here, there's kind of a disclaimer here that says this does not include fulfillment price. I'm sorry, this includes the fulfillment price of one item with one print, but it doesn't include shipping fees, taxes, and other possible storefront expenses. And so that is why, that's what I want you to take away from these calculators. They're nice to have, and they can give you a nice estimate. So let's say that your fulfillment cost is $8.26. You can get your fulfillment costs down when you actually utilize some of their membership services. And when you meet a certain sales volume, they're going to give you a discount on your on the price of the blanks that you sell. However, until you get to that point, or until you decide to become a member, you are going to have to really be more mindful when it comes to these costs. And your production cost is a major part of your fulfillment cost. So let's go back to this. We have our $8.26 fulfillment cost, and this is only going to apply, if you have some kind of special discount. But if you're just starting out, you're not going to have access to those discounts unless you pay an additional like $25 a month, and then that's going to really offset the cost of, the products that you're going to be selling as well. So what I would recommend is in the very beginning, until you get your volume up and until you start making sales, you can just utilize, the things that we've talked about in this video so that you are keeping your costs to a minimum. while also paying attention to quality factors. So just kind of, let's just take for granted that we're going to be able to sell our shirt for a price of, and I think we said all the way up to, it's going to be between $10.93 and $22 even. And then we're going to add on five. So we're going to say about $27. So we're going to add on $5. That's going to give us a total of about $27. So we're just going to say we're going to sell our shirt for $27. And then if we sell one product in the run of a day, let's just say each day we sell one product. That's going to give us a monthly profit, according to this, of $580.94. Now, I would venture to say that it's going to be less than this just because our fulfillment cost is going to be more. But after you have kind of gotten used to your numbers, and any good business owner is going to pay attention to the numbers. No matter how much you hate the numbers, and maybe you aren't good in math, you can start a spreadsheet. And that's what I would recommend. Just start a spreadsheet, put your numbers in, and maybe you might have a friend, or maybe one of your kids, is used to using spreadsheets. Maybe they can help you set up some of the formulas. There are also spreadsheets that you can buy on Etsy that will enable you to kind of come up with some of the figures that you're going to need so that you can make sure that you are charging the right amount for your shirts. So when you think about the pricing that was shown when we first started this video, the price on the website, I believe, was like $10.16. But when you look at all the different costs and the things that go into making these t-shirts, our cost actually turned out to be about $27. When you even look at the price that Monster Digital charges, that base price was $10.93. But again, that was not going to be enough money to cover all of the costs that go into making our shirt. So we want to make sure that we're selling our shirt for at least $27 so that we can make sure that we're covering all of our costs. And we really want to make a profit. So we don't want to just cover the cost. We want there to be some extra money in there so that we can put money in our pocket each time we make a sale. And when you think about, once you set these products up, you set them up in the right way. And, when you think about daily sales of one item, it's really, it kind of makes it easy to see how, if you're selling 3 or 4 products, and I would recommend making, just make it a practice to start out slow with 3 or 4 products. So you have 3 or 4 products, and maybe you could sell one of each of those products every single day. And when you get to that point where you're selling products every single day, then it's very easy for you to make an extra $500, an extra $1,000, an extra $5,000 per month. But you got to get this set up in the right way to begin with. And you got to go into it thinking like a business person. Don't just go in and, start loosey-goosey, looking around at the products and not factoring in all of your costs. So I hope, again, that this has been a very helpful video for you. I know that once I figured all this stuff out, it really made things a lot easier for me. I was able to see, just by looking at some of these products, how much money I was going to need to sell, or how much I was going to have to charge for each particular product that I was selling in my shop. So my advice, again, start with a low number of products. Only, choose maybe 3 or 4 products. Get that down pat, and then expand your business as you get more and more knowledge and experience, and you start really starting to get traction. So I'm going to go ahead and close out. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you on the next video.